What's going on, everybody? It's Erica with Not Your Average EDC, and I got something so exciting in the mail today. I'm not going to show you quite yet. If you know what this is already, you're an OG. Show you a little bit more. Oh, do you know what it is yet? Dun, 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 dun. It's upside down. A Mr. Nice bar. What the beep? What? I got a Mr. Nice bar. These are so cool. So, Archie over at the Nice Guy Machine Company, he makes pry bars that he calls the Mr. Nice bar. And he does drops every once in a while, and Nicole, as a present, got this for me because she knew that I've been wanting one basically since Archie started. And she was able to snag one for me from his drop. She surprised me with it. And I'm just over the moon about it. This is not a review because I haven't even used the thing yet. I just wanted to show you guys how cool it is. And just talk about it a little bit because I feel like pocket pry bars are not really talked about too often. And honestly, in the lines of work that I do, one of these is essential. I have always carried a pry bar. You guys know that I have tested the County Com Widgie bar, the 4-inch one. I've also done the 2-inch one, the 3-inch one. I've had every single one of these that you can imagine. And then my Hall of Fame pocket pry bar, especially when I was doing renovations and stuff, was the BGM Knives titanium pry bar, the 5-inch one. That beast. So I haven't done recorded reviews of these. I've just mentioned that these are a staple in my EDC, especially doing farm work, contracting, construction, all that stuff, mechanics. They're just useful, right? So when I saw that Archie was machining these, I really wanted to try one. I have not been interested in a pry bar in years. The last one that I got was the BGM one years ago. Nothing has caught my eye because they're, in my opinion, a lot of the pry bars coming out right now, the pocket pry bars, they're not proper. They are not real. They're too small. You can't get leverage. The forks tend to not really even help that much in my reality, in my real life. Like, these little forks are essentially useless for me. The ones on the Casey Lynch pry bars are useless for me in my reality, and I understand I live in a completely different world than 99% of the viewers, but in my alien world, pocket pry bars with little forks, or if they're only this long, or if they are as thick as a you-know-what, they're not useful to me. This is proper, guys, in my real life. This is freaking gorgeous. Useful, effective, right? By design. So the reason I wanted to show this was because, number one, it's a huge shout out to Archie. He anodized it the chocolate color for me. So I do have a normal colored one here because he sent Nicole one as well. So this is the original color next to the chocolate, and the top one is Nicole's. So you can anodize, or you can have him anodize, I should say, your Mr. Nice bar a kind of like chocolatey color, but Nicole got the nice original stonewash, and I got the chocolate. Hopefully you guys can see a little bit of the difference there. It's kind of, the chocolate one is kind of like a bronzy color. Absolutely stunning. So let's just talk about real quick why pocket pry bars can be useful, and why in my real life these ones of this length, of this thickness, this way, etc., why these are superior, why these are correct. So when you have something like this that is that thin, slim, and with like this stubby little fork, it definitely can limit you. So, like, in my opinion, if I were to carry a pocket pry bar, the reason I'm carrying it is because I don't want to use my knife blade. I have a hair, like, in my eyeball. I don't want to use my knife blade for a pry bar. Now, I do that on occasion for testing, but generally speaking, I don't want to reach for the inappropriate tool if I don't have to. I carry these for a reason. So this is a leverage tool to pry and pull and wedge in between things. So if your pocket pry bar is 2 inches long, like this, let's say, I'm not quite sure what you're going to be prying with that, because you can't even hold it in the first place. You have no leverage, and I'm confused as to what the point is, right? Even 3 inches, still honestly, in my opinion, pretty darn short. This is a 4-inch one, so length is okay. Like, we're definitely getting to a better length with the 4-inch one. Can't go any shorter. But this one in particular is so thin that I actually have bent it in the middle. I hope you guys can see that. It is bent ever so slightly in the middle. It bows up because of a project I did at my old job where I was pulling apart plates. I didn't have anything else to use. I was pulling apart 2 metal plates and this thing bent in the middle. So being that thin, if you're only pulling staples, it'll be fine. Why do I have a dog hair in my eye still? God! I'm in the truck and they're still with me. And then these forks, in my opinion, are a little too small to be efficient at anything. I'm not sure what you would be pulling that is that tiny. Like, I'm not sure what nail would be that small, unless it was like one of those tiny nails that you like put in your drywall to hang a picture or something, or maybe like a tack. But like, realistically, what on earth are you going to be pulling with that? Probably nothing. So like, this is okay. This is okay. And for light duty tasks, yeah, it's fine. But like, if I'm going to put the effort into carrying a pocket pry bar, in my opinion, I'd rather go with something where I can just get more use. So that's why I had moved on to the BGM Knives pocket pry bar. Now this, in my opinion, is perfect. I used this every single day for years, like since I've had it, years. It has never failed me, and this is a very efficient tool. So we've got a nice slab of titanium. It won't be bending on you. That flat tip is incredibly good for scraping, and you have enough strength and leverage to pop basically anything up. I have done some pretty intense prying tasks with this that I could have used like a crowbar for, and this worked. This is flawless. This is perfect. This is proper, in my opinion. This is useful. He did some really beautiful grind lines right here. Brought it way down at the tip, nice and thin, but still beefy enough to actually work. I'm trying to get my hand in here so that it focuses on the tip. See? Thin enough to wedge into things, but not too thin where it's going to bend and break, right? This is absolutely gorgeous. This is perfect. So when I saw that Archie was making these with a few extra features that this doesn't have, I lost my mind in the best way. So this has the ramped scraping, big tip on it, thinned out more than the BGM. Right? That's pretty thin at the end. You've got a nice ramp to wedge into things with some really beautiful, like, horizontal texturing. I hope you guys can see that. It's very small, but just micro lines going across that ramp. Plenty of surface coverage for scraping. And then you've got the freaking bottle opener. Genius. This is not going to sacrifice any strength at all. You've got a whole bunch of material up here, so it's not going to break or anything. It's titanium, and it's thicker than your mom. So, like, what on earth? That is absolutely not going to break. You can open your bottles with it. Could you maybe even bring this traveling and be able to open boxes or something? I would figure maybe you could. I would figure that maybe that corner could cut open a box. Messily, but it could. I have seen Archie flying with his Mr. Nice Bars on airplanes. I cannot advise that you do that because every airport is going to be different. It probably depends on how bitchy of a mood your agent is in. So, like, I'm flying out tonight. I won't be bringing this. I'm not risking losing it. But Archie's flown with them. So, if you have a chill airport, maybe you could try. Pocket clip. So this will ride down in your pocket, right in the corner. Super useful. And a lanyard hole to put your little bead on. What the F else could you ask for? You tell me. What else could you ask for?